Today we will calculate, we will talk on infiltration rate. Okay. But prior to infiltration, talk on infiltration rate, let us talk on the measurement and estimation of evapotranspiration. Lysimeter, okay, that has been told in last class, that has been explained with this model, and that equation has can be used to know the evapotranspiration. Okay. Since we know E and T, okay, E land evaporation and evaporation from the plant, okay, this is the input and this is the output. Okay. This is the output. So, input minus output, and this is this one moisture content. So, I minus O minus del MC, that okay. So, this will be the E value of evapotranspiration. Okay. Next, coming to this equations, Penman's equation. Penman have given that one equation, Okay. What is meaning of the different parameters used in that? Potential evapotranspiration. Okay. Potential evapotranspiration, I have told you in last class. Okay. A is the slope of PS temperature. Okay. This one slope, this one is the slope. Okay, for unit value. Okay, this is the A. So, slope H n, it is the net radiation. Okay, H n net radiation. Okay, so delta H n change in the radiation. E is the constant which accounts wind speed V. Okay, V and change in pressure P s minus P a. Okay. So, it depends upon E depends upon V as well as P s, difference of P s and P a. And gamma is the psychochromatic constant, it is also constant, psychromatic constant. So, with the help of these parameters, we can calculate evapotranspiration. Okay. Let us okay, come to next equations, next formula, that is given by Blaney Criddle. Okay. He gave potential evapotranspiration as K times K into P into T m. What is K? K is Kraft factor. It is the Kraft factor, or we can say it is the consumptive use. Okay, it is the consumptive use factor. It is consumptive use factor, right? And P is what? P is the percentage daylight hours in a month. Okay, percentage daylight hours in a month. And Tm is the mean monthly temperature. Tm is the mean monthly temperature in Fahrenheit. Okay. To convert Fahrenheit, that equation we know very well, F is equal to 1.8 degree centigrade plus 32. Therefore, okay, and Kraft factor can be defined, Kraft factor can be defined as consumptive use. Consumptive use means what? The requirement of the water by the crop, that is consumptive use. Consumptive use divided by evapotranspiration. Okay, this is the value of K. Okay. Therefore, consumptive use will always be more than potential evapotranspiration. Okay. Here if we are using we are writing K as Cu divided by evapotranspiration, evapotranspiration. Okay. So, therefore, Cu will always be more than Pt. Okay. And this is less or equal to consumptive. Yes, PET is always less or equal to consumptive use, and it depends upon the water used by the plants, Okay. Let us take an example. If per P, value of P is what? P is a percentage daylight hours in a month. Okay. If it is 7.2, okay, it is 7.2 Tm, it is 18 degrees centigrade, that is why in Fahrenheit it is 64.4. Okay. Using that relation we can convert it into that. K, say it is 0.7, then what will be the value of PET? Okay. That can be equal to Cu. Okay. It can be Cu. So, this is Cu. Using that equation, we can calculate the value of Cu R PET. We can calculate the value of CER PET. So, as this one in proper unit, taking in proper unit, we can calculate it 3.246, okay, in inch per month, and converting it in mm per day. Okay. So, we can have this value. Okay. So, if pan evaporation, say in another example, say this one is example 1, let us take another example 2, and next example, say if pan evaporation in January, it is given as 9.5 centimeter, and K is given 0.52. Since K is Cu by pan evaporation, therefore, Cu can be calculated. Okay. So, it is in proper unit, it can be calculated. So, next one. Okay. So, this is another example, say example 3. In that example, month wise, April, May, June, July, August, month wise temperature and mean temperature is given to you, and we need to calculate total PET. Okay, potential evapotranspiration we have to calculate for this one month, April. These two things we have given. Okay. For April it is 25, May 27, 28, 29, 29. Okay, that is given. Okay, and we need to calculate PET. Okay, mean monthly temperature. Okay, in Fahrenheit, that we have calculated. Okay, and percentage day hours, that is also given. Okay. So, it is 8.6, 9.29, 9.18, this one. Okay. And K, if we know the value of K. Okay, okay, K in for the month of April. Okay, it is 0.6. For the month of April, it is 0.65. Okay, June, July, August, it is increasing. Okay, it is increasing. So, the value of PET, okay, can be calculated using that equations, using equations given in previous slide. So, total PET, it will be 65.4. It is 65.4. Okay. So, next, what is this? Okay. Okay. Isopleth, what is that? It is a line joining points of equal evapotranspiration. Okay, line joining equal evapotranspiration. And next one, this is RDT index. It is the degree of dryness of the climate at given location. Okay, and that is calculated. With this one. PET minus AT divided by PET into 100. Okay. Therefore, Therefore, RDT index as a have a reciprocal relation in AET, okay, because it is what it is it is 1 minus, okay, 1 minus AET by PT. Therefore, we have this one relation, and therefore, it is RDT index it has the reciprocal relationship with the rainfall. Okay. So, with the areas of less rainfall means arid and drought prone areas, AT will be less and RDT index will be maximum. Okay. AT will be less, okay. AT will be less in case of drought prone areas or arid zones, but the RDT index will be more, okay, because it is inversely proportionate to that. Okay. It is inversely proportionate to that. Let us come to another topic, that is infiltration. Okay. Infiltration. What is infiltration? Infiltration is a process by which water get into surface of earth to meet soil moisture deficiency. Okay. To meet the soil moisture deficiencies. After meeting the soil moisture deficiency, if any excess water remains in the ground, flows vertically deep into the ground and joins groundwater table. Okay. Let us take one example. If precipitation is there, okay, if precipitation is there, and this is say soil. If there is deficiency in the moisture content of the soil, if there is deficiency in the moisture content of the soil, then the some part of the precipitation will infiltrate, okay, okay, and the part of the water which is going vertically downward, that is called as percolation, and if it is joining to groundwater table, that can also be that can join this groundwater table also. Okay. So, the deep vertical movement of water in the ground is known as percolation, So, how much quantity of the water, will be coming to this soil, okay. Who will decide? It will be decided by the infiltration capacity. Or we can say field capacity, okay. Infiltration capacity is dependent upon field. It depends upon the field, what type of topography, what type of soil it has. So, depending upon the field capacity or infiltration capacity, the quantity of the infiltrated water absorbing can be calculated. Okay. So, the infiltration rate, it is the actual rate of infiltration at a given time at a given place under a specific condition. Okay, under a specific condition. So, okay. Let us talk in the relationship between FA and FC. Okay. So, FA is equal to FC when precipitation is more than FC. If the precipitation is more than FC, okay, and this is FA is equal to I when I is less than FC, Therefore, I will be less than FC and Fc, and Fa will always be less than Fc, or Fa is equal to I. Okay. For example, if Fc value is 0.2 centimeter per hour and I value is 0.5 centimeter per hour. So, here I is more than Fc, then Fa is equal to Fc will be 0.2 centimeter per hour. Okay. If it is if precipitation is more than if precipitation is more than Fc, field capacity, okay, then both will be same, okay. Otherwise it is equals to the otherwise it is equals to the I, okay, otherwise it is equal to the I. Now, the factors affecting infiltration. So, first one, porosity of the soil. Porosity is going to affect the infiltration. Moisture content of the soil, depth of surface retention, okay. Level of the water, okay. It is also going to affect infiltration, okay. Vegetation cover is other parameter. Compaction, it is due to man, animals and rainfall of compaction of soil, okay. That is parameter. Washing of fans, entrapment of airs, temperature, okay. Temperatures, as we know that viscosity decreases and resistance to flow the water decreases as the temperature is rising, okay. So, in terms of porosity, okay, it is directly proportionate to infiltration is directly proportionate to that, okay. Moisture content, it is inversely proportional to that. Depth of surface retention, okay, it is directly proportionate to, okay, if we have the more water, if we have more depth of water retained on the land, then infiltration will be comparatively high, okay. Vegetation cover, okay, it is directly proportionate to that. Compaction, okay, for more compaction, less possibility to infiltrate the water, okay. Washing of fans, inversely proportionate, okay. Entrapment, it is inversely proportionate to, and temperature, as the temperature is increasing, this infiltration rate is going to increase, right. The next thing is the measurement and estimation of infiltration, okay. So, we have infiltrometer, rainfall simulator, and Horton's infiltration capacity curve, okay. With these three methods, okay, we measure the infiltration, Let us talk first infiltrometers, okay. Infiltrometer for field measurement, it can be single ring, single ring infiltrometer or double ring infiltrometer. So, let us talk first on single ring infiltrometer. And depth of water infiltrated, it can be calculated by volume of the water infiltrated divided by the cross sectional area of the infiltrometer. So, what it means? It means the total quantity of the water which is infiltrated to the soil, that we need to calculate, okay. And if it is calculated, then infiltration rate, it will be calculated by dividing the depth of the water infiltrated divided by the duration, divided by duration of the infiltration, okay. So, the important thing is to calculate the volume of the water, okay. So, prior to that, let us talk on few more parameters, okay. This test is conducted till constant infiltration, and single ring infiltrometer always over overestimate, okay, overestimate single ring infiltrometer always overestimate because of lateral movement of the water. Okay. To overcome this problem, double infiltrometers are used. Okay. So, let us talk. Okay. This is the double ring infiltrometer, and where is single ring infiltrometers. Okay. Yeah, this is the single. Okay. 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 This is the single ring infiltrometer. In this type of infiltrometer, okay, we have this type of arrangement. Okay, its dia is fixed as 30 centimeter, and the height above the ground it is 10 centimeter, and this one is 50 centimeter. This one is 50 centimeter. Okay. This one is 50 centimeter. Total is 10, and the water is stored it is a 5 centimeter, and the quantity of the water passing through that ring, that is recorded. The quantity of the water passing through that area, that is recorded. Okay. So, this is the model for the this is a prototype model for the single ring infiltrometer, and since in single infiltrometer estimate is more. So, to overcome that, we are using double ring infiltrometer. In double ring infiltrometer, we have this type of arrangement. The dimension means this one is the ring. Okay. Dimension, it is slightly changed. Okay. It is 50. So, here it is 15. Okay. Diameter. Okay. This is the diameter, size of the diameter. Okay. So, the quantity of water, okay, the quantity of water coming through that ring, that is recorded, and we use the same expression as in case of previous. Okay. Cross sectional area of internal ring, cross sectional area, naturally the cross sectional area will be this one. Okay. Cross sectional area will be this one. Okay. We have the values of diameter, then we can calculate the cross sectional area. In that in previous case, the cross sectional will be this one. Okay. So, the next method is a simulator. Okay. Simulator, it is a laboratory method, it is a laboratory measurement, and in that measurement we need size of the plot as 2 meter by 2 meter. Okay. What we are doing? We are having this type of arrangement. Okay. Rainfall. Okay. Water is coming through this arrangement, and the quantity of the water which is being run off, okay, that is being collected. So, the quantity of the water, the quantity of infiltrated water can be calculated through this model. Okay. So, infiltration will be what? Rainfall minus runoff. Okay. Rainfall minus runoff. So, as the depth of retention increases, okay, the rate of infiltration is more, okay, in infiltrometer as compared to rainfall simulators. Okay. So, this gives less value as compared to infiltrometer. Okay. It gives the lesser value as compared to infiltrometers. The next one is the use of Horton's infiltration capacity curve. Okay. Horton's give that equation, and plottation of that equation, if we plot the value, plot these equations, okay, then we get this type of curve, we get this type of curve, where f c naught, okay, f c naught, it is what, it is infiltration capacity at time t is equal to 0, at time t is equal to 0, at time t is equal to 0, the capacity is maximum, the capacity is maximum. Okay. Actually, he conducted the experiment on different soils, and concluded that equation, concluded in terms of that equations. Okay, in terms of that equations. Okay. What was the conclusion for that? Infiltration capacity is maximum at the beginning of the storm. Okay, at the beginning of the storm, and means at t is equal to 0, the capacity is maximum, as immediately after the precipitation, the infiltration rate, this infiltration rate f, it is more. Okay, that is the first conclusion, and exponentially decreases as the storm duration increases. Okay. So, by the passage of the time, it is exponentially decreases. Okay. And it attains another conclusion that has been found out by him, is that steady state, it attains the steady state at some point of time and remains in that state indefinitely, means constant value. Okay. And that constant value, say this is f c, this is f c. So, as f c is what? F c is the steady state infiltration capacity. Okay. And at any time t, say it is f c t. So, what is f c t? F c t is the infiltration capacity at any time t. Okay. And k is what? K is the infiltration rate constant. Okay. So, at any time t, that has been defined by this equation, Okay. So, that equation, we are using that equation to find the infiltration capacity. Okay. So, in next class, we will discuss more on this equations. So, thank you very much for the listening.